Hi everyone, Amanda Jane here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make these cute flower shaped coasters. And they're pretty simple to do and a great way to practice crocheting in the round, and also there's lots of different stitches that I'm going to show you as we go forward. So I've made 3 and I'm going to make the 4th one with you. Now what am I using today? Today I'm using Serdar Stories double knitting. I've got a little bit left over from a project I did, which was knitting actually, and that's in another video, and that was a top I did for my daughter. So Serdar Stories, lovely, really nice cotton mix, and it's a double knitting weight, which is a number 3. And today I'm using a size 4mm crochet hook, which is fine for this project. And most of this weight projects take a size 4. Sometimes if you're doing ribbing, you might want to use a smaller sized hook. So we'll just take the band off and start. So we start with a magic circle or magic loop, whatever you like to call it, in the usual way. If you want a slow video of that, I'll also link to that in the description below. Make an X over your first 2 fingers, tuck away the working yarn, under the top right leg of the X, over the top left, twist, underneath the top left again, and pull that through the loop on the hook, and then tighten this with the tail until it's about, I don't know, a ½ inch across, just over a centimetre across. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make these double crochet stitches all the way around, and there are 12 of them. And what I'm going to do first of all to get to the right height is I'm actually going to just chain 2. Some people will need to chain 3. I'm just going to adjust the tension of that first one. Chain 2. There we go. And we're going to do 12 double crochet. So that's US terms double crochet, and in UK terms it's a treble. So yarn over, insert your hook into the magic loop, yarn over, bring up a loop, yarn over, pull carefully through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Now your circle will gradually become bigger, so just keep tightening it a bit. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Let's have a little count. I'm going to count those first 2 chain as my first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 12, 8. I'll just do this slowly. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Just pull your center shut. It may well work its way open again, but just keep it shut for now. And we're going to use a slip knot to join our ring together to close this gap here. And a slip knot is made by inserting your hook into that second stitch, yarn over, pull through this stitch and then pull through the loop on your hook. And there we have it. So we have our first circle or round. Now we're going to do cluster stitches. These are called cluster stitches in every single stitch with 2 chains in between. So to start off our first cluster stitch, we're going to chain 2. We're going to do yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2. We've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, insert your hook, all into the same space. Yarn over, pull through 2, and now you've got 4 loops on your hook. And we do yarn over, pull through all 4 and 2 chain. 1, 2. Now we're ready to go into the next gap between 2 of the double crochet from the round below. So there's quite a lot of cluster stitches. There's 12 in total. So we've done 1. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 and 2 chain. Yarn over, next cluster, yarn over, oops, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you're pulling just a little way away from the circle. Yarn over, pull through 2. Let's just examine that a little bit more closely. We're going to just pull it away a little bit. So the trick is to get this an even amount, and you'll do this by eye and probably be pulling through about 1 centimetre. Never actually measured it, but it is about 1 centimetre. You will find you will have your own tension, and that's absolutely fine. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, insert your hook again, pull through, 3 on the hook and 4 on the hook, yarn over, pull through. So you get the picture, 2 chain, as to how this works. Just simply going all the way around. Quite a lovely cluster stitch is used quite often. I've used it recently in a baby vest, and it really is a very effective stitch to use. It takes up quite a lot of yarn because it's quite a dense stitch. It's not wholly, so you will find you use a lot of yarn. That's okay, because you can find one that matches your budget. There's lots of options available, lots of different cottons. And of course, if you wanted to do a chunkier version, you could use a fine macrame cotton. That would be nice for a coaster. I wanted something quite delicate here, so I'm using cotton that is used for garments. But feel free to choose different things. You could even use string. Wanted something tough for outdoors. And then you can use this pattern for lots of different items. So I'm going to work my way around. Come back and join me when I've got to the end of the round, and we'll proceed with the next round in a moment. So I've reached the end of that second round of cluster stitches, and I'm going to use a slip stitch to join this cluster to the first one. Simply go under that first loop, yarn over, pull through and through the loop on your hook. So we've done this second round. Now we've got this next round, which is a round of half double crochet, and there is a tutorial for learning the half double crochet in the description below. I'll put a link for that in there. Now here we're going to be crocheting in these gaps here. I want to work my way across to the beginning of this gap before I start this next round, and the way I do that is simply to do a slip stitch into the next stitch here, and that moves the work across. Make this quite firm so it doesn't really show. Now we'll do one chain and we'll start our pairs of half double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, bring up a loop, and this time when we yarn over we're going to pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that's a half double crochet. And as you can see here, we have a group of 2, then we have a chain, and then we have another group of 2. So we'll do another half double crochet, 1 chain, and then 2 more half double crochets to give this nice shape. Now when we move on to the next half double crochet, this next gap here, we don't need to make a chain in between the clusters. We're just going to go straight into our half double crochet. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's the first one. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. That's 2, 1 chain, and then another 2 half double crochet next to them. So it's 2 pairs of 2. Let's get a bit more yarn here. Now remember, no chain. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. 1, 2, chain, 3 and 4. 1, 2, chain, 3 and 4. So this starts to make the beginning of where we're going to put our last round, because you can see that we've got this slight wavy edge, and this helps create the places for the final round. I'll do a few more and then you can catch me up at the end of the round. We'll move on to the last round. You see, these are very quick to make. You can do them in front of the TV, or while listening to some music, or outside in the garden, whatever you like to do. Where do you sit when you crochet? Some people crochet on the train or the bus. There we go. Now I'm going to finish off this round and catch up with you when we do the slip stitch at the end of the round. So I've finished my round of half double crochet in the pattern, and now I'm going to join this round to the beginning with a slip stitch, and I'm going to go into the top, the first half double crochet like so. And now we're ready to do the final round, and this starts with a double crochet, and we don't worry about doing an initial chain because our double crochets there are 5 of them in each group. They sort of lie in a fan shape, so we don't need to worry about getting to the height of a double crochet. Now where this is a bit, well, slightly tricky, not very tricky, is that we're going to go into the space where the chain is. So we've got to make sure we don't go into the between these two clusters. In the cluster of half double crochet, we're going into this chain space here. So make sure that you can see all your chain spaces. Get that into your head. So I'm going to do my first double crochet into this next chain space here. So yarn over. This is the same stitch as the first round, but we're going to do 5 of them together. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Well, that's 1. Don't worry, I'm only going to show you a couple of groups, and then you can join me right at the end for finishing off. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over, 2 more. And this is where the lovely flower shape starts to emerge. So there we have our first fan, just like that, or shell. It is actually part of the shell stitch. Now we want to find where you have moved from the second set of half double crochet to the third set. So it's in between, it's just here. And there's no chain space, but there is a little gap above your cluster. So insert your hook here, and we're just going to do a slip stitch, just like so. Then we're going to go straight into our 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Identify the top of the cluster. We're going to go in between the 2 sets of half double crochet with a slip stitch. Make that quite firm, because it's that slip stitch that gives us this shape. It just helps create a real curve on the outside of our coaster. Yarn over. I'll just do 1 more, and then I'll meet you at the end of the round. 1, 2, oops, need a bit more yarn. 2, 3, 4, 5. join with our slip stitch into that gap and then continue on your merry way. So I will continue round and join you back at the beginning of the round when I finished. So I'm just finishing off the last shell shape, and I'm going to put the slip stitch in next to the beginning of the round in that little gap, yarn over, pull through, and then just trim off with your scissors, tighten that up, and there we have our next coaster finally done. So they take about maybe 10-15 minutes, something like that, when you get used to the pattern. And now I have a set of 4. All I have to do is to weave in the ends, and make sure you weave in 3 directions. I can just show you how I do that if I can find my needle here. So just using a tapestry needle, pull your center tight, thread your needle, and then weaving in, simply follow the circle round with a few stitches like so, turning as you go, and then maybe work your way up into the next row. We want to make sure that going in different directions means that this is less likely to work loose. I certainly don't want your hard work unraveling. That should be absolutely perfect. And snip off. And then simply do the same with the other end. Pull that tightly and then work your way down under a few stitches, and then go round underneath the half double crochet round a few times like so. Then maybe I will work through the top of this cluster and change direction. Quite a good idea to go actually within the yarn itself. That means that it's much more secure and less likely to come undone. So I'll just go through that yarn there, and then trim off. And there we have it. We have our set of 4. I will give those a little press to secure them, to block them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a really fun project to use up a bit of your yarn stash, spare yarn that you have over from another project. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd love you to subscribe and press the bell and give me a thumbs up. Hope you have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.